So I'm back in my kitchen with another making tea and talking video because there are some things I've been thinking about. I've been very emotional recently, hence the face looking like a mess right now, but that's fine. I'm cool with you people that watch my videos. You know how I look, you've seen my face before maybe, and if this is your first time watching, then I don't look like this well, that's debatable. Well, the kettle boils, I'm coming into the kitchen, so that the lounge, so that the noise doesn't So here's the dealio. Humans probably might be genuinely selfish. Here's the situation. Is there such thing as a selfless act? I hear you ask, well, maybe there is, but the point is, I don't need to structure this better. So I've been doing a lot of thinking. And I was thinking about if people are innately good. There's a lot of arguments for and against. Are we born good? Are we born evil? Do we have is it our surroundings that make us these things? There's lots of arguments. But when it comes down to doing acts of kindness, random acts of kindness, helping people out, do you really ever do anything completely selflessly? Let's take a moment to think about that. Because even if you do something selfless, like I have always wanted to go and help with the refugee crisis, maybe go to the borders of Syria, to the refugee camps. I wanted to go to the Calais jungle, and had I had better health or better stuff at this time, I would have gone and been able to do that and do those things, but I haven't been able to. I do other things. I used to sing in a charity choir. I'm holding a charity concert in a couple of weeks, which I'll make a separate video about, for a charity that's really close to me. I like to compliment my friends. I do lots of things I would consider fairly selfless, stuff that doesn't do anything for me. If I volunteer, you know, I'm not good, I don't earn money from it, just stuff so that I can help other people. But do I really do it to help other people? Do I really do it for them with no sort of any gain for me? Because surely that feeling we get when we get happy for doing something good, surely that's our incentive maybe? I'm in my room post-filming right now, and I'm editing, still with my cup of tea. But I felt the need to interject something here, a story of when, because I feel like the examples I used for me being selfless are all really shitty examples because they just sound terrible on camera, and I wanted to apologise for that. I try to be a selfless person. It doesn't always work out because we're innately, well, I feel at least that like I do think of myself like a lot, like I guess we all do. Story I wanted to interject, but I'm going to try and do super speedily. When I was at King's Cross Station, must have been about 15 years old, so a couple of years back now, and there was a lady crying, a really heavily pregnant lady. She was just sobbing, and I was like, no one's helping her, why is no one helping her? She was sat down underneath the boards next to the King's Cross shop, and I wanted to do something so desperately because I love helping people. I love when people say that I've made their day. Again, that's a selfish thing, because surely it makes me happy when people are like, you've made my day, or you've really helped me today, or like I get a kick out of helping people. It makes me in such a good mood. And so but at the time I was really like, I need to help this lady, I need to do something. But I'm only 15, I was a little bit scared. My social anxiety was at a peak at this time. It was a big deal for me to even be out of the house at this point, let alone in London. Well, London's my safe place, but still. So I went and sat next to her, sat there for a good 5 minutes, plucking up the courage to speak to her. Eventually, the only thing that I could do, I'd got a packet of tissues out of my bag, and I turned and said, would you like some tissues? Like, are you okay? And she just took the tissues, and she looked so grateful. She just started smiling and was like, thank you so much. And all I'd done was given her tissues. Like, I gave her a pack of tissues. I said, is there anything I can do? And she went, oh, don't worry about me. But I was thinking, God, this is a woman that looks like she's ready to drop her baby at any point. You know, she was heavily pregnant, sobbing. Something clearly traumatic's happened to her. She's obviously not in, you know, a really fit state to be doing this right now. And I wanted to help, but I didn't know what to do. And all I did was gave her a pack of tissues, and then I needed to go get my train. And so I said, I hope everything works out for you. Have a lovely evening. And I went and got on my train, and the lady, she just smiled at me, this mass smile. I'll never forget it. Her eyes, she was just, because she'd been crying, she looked at me and she looked so grateful, and all I'd done was give her a pack of tissues. But I swear to God, I was elated by her gratitude. So although I'd done something small that's not even really a particularly good thing, her happiness at what I had done made me ridiculously happy. And I feel like that's maybe a little bit selfish. Did I just do it to be selfish, or did I do it because I wanted to help and I didn't care? Would I still have done it if it made me feel like a terrible person? who knows? I don't know. So I just felt that was a key thing to add into this argument here, even though I didn't mention it when I was filming this thing downstairs. So yeah. It's debatable, and by all means I'm not saying this is the 100%, you know, maybe there is such thing as a selfless act. Maybe we aren't all entirely selfish. But maybe there isn't such thing. There's a song in Wicked called No Good Deed. If you've ever seen Wicked, or if you haven't, just go listen to the soundtrack. And it's about Elphaba saying, no good deed goes unpunished, no act of charity goes unresented. And it's true. If you listen to the lyrics of the song, go look them up. It's very cynical. It's very... it's a sad way to have to look at life. I hope, you know, it's not particularly positive. And I tend to try and be on the positive end of the spectrum. But today a thing happened where, so I'm in a lot of pain at the moment. I have a chronic illness. I'm also extremely exhausted because of this all the time. I've missed a lot of college recently because of my illness, been in and out of hospital. It's been quite debilitating. I know a lot of people have it way worse. People have worse things. It's something that's affecting me a lot at the moment, especially because I'm such an active person. And it's affecting my dance. It's affecting pretty much every aspect of my life. Some days I wake up and I can't do anything. I can't move. It takes all my energy to get in the shower and get changed. And by the time I've done that, I have no energy to leave to go to college. I'm scared I'm going to lose my job because I've missed so much work, because although I drag myself in as much as I can, a lot of the time I physically can't move. It's getting better. I'm on new medication, but that medication is sort of dangerous, and they're still working out what's going to be good for me. I've been on steroids for months, but I digress. So I have missed a lot of college, and I wanted some help. I hate asking for help, but I knew a friend would have some sheets or whatever that I needed, and so I asked. But like, I'm not going to go into the details of like personal situations, but sometimes people just, even if they have it, I basically faced with the situation of, well, you've never helped me out with this before, so I'm not going to go out of my way to help you. And I was a bit put out by this situation. I was like, but I've never had the opportunity to help you. I would obviously, if someone came to me in any situation, even if they weren't in my situation with the health and everything, if someone came to me and was like, can you help me, do you have these stuff from class, even if we're not friends or whatever, I'd be like, yeah, sure. It's no skin off my nose. It takes me 2 minutes to take some photos of my work. Like, I'm not like petty about that type of thing. I'd always just want to help people. Like I think that's just my personality. So I was really like, okay, looks like it's really gonna put you out to try and just send me the stuff. And I was very, because especially since the person was a close friend, so I was a bit like, and I don't like ranting about people, but I can blame it on my emotions being all over the place and my hormones and stuff because of all of the drugs that are inside my body currently, medicinal drugs, not like, you know, narcotics. But I don't know, I'm not usually a moany person about people. I really try not to. But I was just very put out, and it's, as I've been thinking about this selfish, I'm not saying this person is selfish by all means, that's not what I'm getting at here. But I just got me thinking more about this, something that I've been thinking about a lot recently. Me and Ella have had so many conversations about it. And stuff, because, you know, do good people exist? And I wondered what you guys thought about it, because frankly I wanted to get some other opinions. I've only got my brain, so I'd like to see what other people think. Do you think there's such thing as a selfless act? Or do you think we're all innately selfish? Because we're the centre of our own universes. We find it impossible to imagine other people complexly. It's something that John Green discusses a lot, and I find fascinating. I always look at people in the street when I'm walking around, and I imagine what their lives are like. If I look at a person on the train, I'm like, what, do you have a family? I wonder what's happened to you today. Last year in the summer, I was probably in one of the lowest points I've ever been in my life mentally. I would walk for hours and hours a day, and I'd think a lot. And as I was walking, I would pass a lot of people, and as people would like just walk past me, and maybe they'd notice, or maybe they'd see me, or like whatever. You know, when you're just walking and you just like walk past people, you don't necessarily notice anyone. But I think these people don't know. They're walking past me and they don't know that inside like I've been staying up every night crying, or I'm literally feeling the worst I've ever felt in my life right now, and everyone's just walking past like nobody knows, and so you never know. I was thinking to myself, I could be walking past all these people and they could have just gone through a breakup, they could have just lost a family member, they could have had the best day of their life, they could have just been offered that job that they always wanted, they could be about to get married, get engaged, they could be about to go on holiday. Just you never know like what's going on in people's brains, you never know what people are going through. And so it's hard to imagine people in a complex way, because we're the center of our own universes. Everything in our life, we can't imagine our life without ourselves, because we are our life, if that makes sense. So when I look at the world, I like to look at the sky a lot. I don't have curtains in my room, so I can look at the sky, and I imagine what it'd be like to be above the earth, and I think at how many people, I read a lot of statistics, and I think about just how many people there are, and I think how every single person's life revolves around them, and it's just something that's really like hard to get your head around sometimes. This video is far too long already, but I wanted to make a point. John Green made a video last week about pain, and it was just made me think a lot about pain. As someone who's going through a lot of physical pain right now, I find it hard to explain to people what I'm feeling, because people will never be able to feel pain like I will. And John touched on this a lot in his video. You should go watch it because it's a really good one. And there was a quote he quoted someone, and I can't remember it exactly. I meant to go check it out before I did this video, but this was very spontaneous, so I didn't. But it was something like, to feel pain is to know with absolute certainty, to hear of others' pain is to be cast in doubt, or something along those lines. And I thought that was really wonderful, because when other people tell you that they're in pain, you find it hard to really believe them. It's like, well, it's not like you don't believe them, but it's like, well, I don't know how much pain you're in. And like when people are saying, oh, I'm in excruciating pain right now, you can't feel that pain for them, and sometimes you can't bridge that empathy gap. That's the point that John was making a lot. I find that I'm quite an empathetic person. Well, if I'm a sympathetic person, and I've experienced a lot of emotional stuff or whatever, well, not a lot of, like, people experience way more, but when people talk to me about things, a lot of the time I find I can relate, and so I can show empathy because I've been there, or because I've experienced something similar or whatever, but when it comes to physical pain, unless you've literally broken your arm in the same place as that person's broken their arm, and you feel pain on the exact same level, it's really almost impossible to ever have that empathy shared between people when it comes to pain. And that's why pain can be such an isolating thing. And I don't really know where this is going, but like, I just think it's something we should all think about a little bit, because I said before in other videos, we have a nationwide problem when it comes to being empathetic and sympathetic, because a lot of the time people just pity people, and it's not really the best thing to do, and sometimes people just don't take each other seriously, and we need to just show more empathy, and we need to care a bit more. It's so easy to just isolate yourself and only care about the things that happen to you, and I'm bringing this back round to the selfish thing to end my video. Because we are so focused on ourselves, we find it hard to care about things that don't directly affect us. So I am a person that cares about everything, which is very overwhelming. When I see stuff on the news about the refugees, when I see, when I watch the news generally, I get very distressed, because I care so much about all of this stuff that isn't happening to me. But that's something I've sort of taught myself, I think. I don't know whether that came naturally or not, but a lot of people would be able to just switch off the news and be like, it's not affecting my life, I don't need to know about it. I can move on, I don't need to think about that. I think about it a lot, but I know for most of the world, it's really easy to just, well, even for me, it is easy to sometimes be able to turn stuff off. Global warming, not going to happen in my lifetime. Some people have that mentality. Some people think, oh, well, I don't need to worry about what I'm doing right now, because this isn't going to affect me, because whatever the repercussions are, it's beyond my lifetime, so I don't need to worry. And it's a frightening mentality that we have, because it's very destructive to everything. We need to think a little bit more about cause and effect, and stop being so self-centered, I guess. I mean, even just in just little things, we just need to get this empathy thing under control. I haven't drunk any of my tea. Just get this empathy thing under control, and just really fix things, and stop being so self-centered and selfish. And I don't even really know where this video is going, but I needed to rant, and I like making rant videos when I make tea. It's like relaxes me. I was getting really het up about all this while I was sat upstairs in my room trying to revise. My health means that like there's talks about me not taking my exams this year, and I need to take them this year, because I can't I can't wait another year to take my exams because I need to go to university this year. I've got my place for this year. I have my plans. I'm not letting my health dropping my phone on me. That's really good. I'm not gonna let my health get in the way of me doing the things that I have planned, because at the end of the day I can get over this health thing. You know, I can persevere and do the things I want to do. It's my fault that I'm behind on my revision because I haven't kept up, because I haven't been focusing in class. Yeah, sure, the health thing's not, you know, helping, but, you know, I need to sort myself out and do this for me. So anyway, I don't even know where I'm going with this, but I hope this video was somewhat interesting, just made you think a bit. That's like what I like to do with my videos, if I at least make you think, and I'll look forward to seeing nice friendly discussion in the comments on what you think about this selfishness situation. Sorry this video wasn't Harry Potter themed. A lot of people, I know people have said, oh, I like these videos, but a lot of people also say make more Harry Potter videos. There will be more Harry Potter videos. I just like making, I'm trying to branch out a bit. I'll still obviously make Harry Potter videos as much as I can, but I do want to make this a general thing as well, because I just like talking and I like making videos. I feel like I'm getting tonsillitis. My tonsils are swelling up. Anyway, I'm going to take my tea upstairs now and go cry a little bit more maybe, and then do some revision. Joking. So if my tea doesn't kill me, and if I don't die between going here and upstairs, I should be fine. I should be able to make some more videos this week. So peace out, people. See you on the other side. Good luck with your exams. Have fun. I was about to peace out again, but I've already just gonna... I'm still editing, and I'd like to formally apologise for all of the terrible angles and my face in 99.9, actually 100% of this video, even right now. It's not nice for you to watch videos where I look like such a train wreck, and I don't help myself by holding the camera here or what I was doing when I filmed this bit. I don't know, I'm editing and I've just realised, but yeah, sorry about that. I'm gonna go now. Let's hope I look like more of an alive person in the next video. I'm so sorry.